Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Saturday, so that means it's time to talk about some more products. And today I want to talk to you about some of the fall lines that are out and have been out for a couple of weeks. And the products that I have to show you I've been trying for a few weeks, so I have a pretty good idea of how they perform already. But before I start talking about the fall products specifically, I want to talk about a couple of Ulta products. I really feel like Ulta does not get enough love in their products. About 2 years ago, their nail polishes really exploded. They were really popular and everybody was talking about them all the time, but here lately I don't hear very much about them anymore, and so I thought I would talk about them. And they happen to be a very good product line if you've never tried any of the products from Ulta. So the first thing I want to talk about is, did you guys even know that they have their own sort of version of a lip butter, and they've had it for a while? They call them the Ulta Super Shiny Lip Butters, and I have one in the color L.A. They're all based on places. So L.A. is probably like the brightest, pinkest one. It's almost like it's a few shades above Barbie pink, even a few shades more intense than bubblegum pink. These are, or at least the one that I have, they're very silicone-y. So they are slippery on the lips. You know, they give you that slip. What I can tell you about them is that however moisturized your lips are before you put them on is how your lips are going to stay. So if before you put them on you feel like you need a little more moisture, then put some lip balm on first. But at the same time, they're not going to dry your lips out just from wearing them either. You know, it's a really pretty bright pink color. It reminds me a lot of some of the other popular lip butters, like the Revlon lip butters, Cotton Candy, and Strawberry Shortcake come to mind. And so if you haven't checked those out, check them out. I also know that Ulta recently was doing buy one get one free, so what the heck, right? Okay, so the next Ulta product I want to talk about, and this is one that I feel like I've noticed it, but I hadn't really paid attention to it. It's the Ulta Double Duty Lip Stain and Balm, and the color that I have is Thriller. So this is one of those lip stains with the balm on the end, and I love this. The applicator is a little less comfortable than some of the applicators that I've ever used when I'm talking about stains. I don't know why, it's just a little bit harder and scratchier, but I love this color. It's like the perfect, I don't know, orangey, rusty, reddy, browny color. I mean, I'm so excited to use this for fall, I can't even stand it. And something else that I love about it is that the balms are all tinted to match the color of the stains. Now, on the lips, they're clear. They go on clear, but I think it's just a nice little attention to detail that the balms themselves are, you know, give you a little color. It just makes the packaging nicer. So I'll show you the balm here on my hand. It really is, well, it really is clear. You're going to see a little hint of color because I applied it over the stain, so you're going to see a little bit of the stain transfer in through there, but if I keep using it and keep using it, you'll see that the stain comes off and it ends up being more clear. I will tell you that this color does transfer a little bit when you're wearing it, meaning there is a possibility if you take a drink of, you know, something from a mug, you might get a little transfer, but at the same time your lips are still going to be stained with the color. I mean, even if it's transferring, it's still not going anywhere. And when I tried this out, I put it on in an afternoon. You know, I wasn't going anywhere or anything, so I was just playing around with colors, so I decided, okay, I'm going to test the stain. So I put it on sometime in the late part of the afternoon with the balm. I mean, I wore it the whole rest of the evening. I ate and drank with it. I slept with it overnight. And I got like halfway through the next day and I still had plenty of the color on it. And it actually got to the point where I was like, okay, I have to go somewhere. I'm going to have to take this off because I can't, you know, I can't keep this color on anymore. It didn't kind of go with what I was wearing, or I don't remember, but I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to actually have to physically make an effort to remove this. So I'm going to show it to you really quickly, and then I'm going to wipe it right off because this stuff is no joke. Okay, see? Just the prettiest, like orangey, rusty fall color. And I really just love it. And now let me get it off. See, already, it's stained already. Look, you can see a little swipe. I've got really good wipes here. that quick. So this is good stuff. If you've never tried them, I would give them a try. I can say that I didn't notice, they only had a few, and so I don't really know how many colors they have and that kind of thing. They were very picked over. So I don't know how many you'll have available in your Ulta or how many colors there even are, but if you can get Thriller, I'm really excited about this color for fall. Okay, and then one more product that isn't necessarily like a fall specific product, but a newer product that I'm really excited about is actually the E.L.F. Smallstipple Brush. And it comes like this. You get these at Target. I have their regular size stipple brush. That's what I use to put foundation on. I love it. It might be one of my all-time favorite brushes. I have some medium-sized stippling brushes from other companies that are so when I saw this one, I was pretty excited about it. I think this is perfect for, you could use this for some contouring. Obviously for blush, particularly cream blushes, especially if you have like a blush stick or a smaller product packaging blush, cream blush that you want to use it with. You could use it with powder blush too. That you stipple product on if you want it to be a little more concentrated, and then you blend it to blend it out or sheer it out. I think you could use this for concealing in some larger areas, particularly if you wanted to do the concealing like the big Kim Kardashian V section here. For highlight areas, it would work really well. I think this is perfect for along the jawline, if you're doing contouring along the jawline. I just really love it. So these are only $3, so if you've never seen them before, I would go to your Target and check them out. Okay, now let's talk fall products. First, I want to talk about the L'Oreal fall line, which I think is really interesting because the entire line is pinks. It's all pinks, and it's divided up by your skin tone. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, don't worry about the skin tone. Just buy the color pink that you like. There were some, most people, I'm generally either in the light or medium skin tone category. There were some pretty shades in the really, really light section, but they had all been picked over and swatched, so I didn't get any of those. So I bumped myself up a couple categories, and I picked up number 180, which is Pink Flamingo. And it is a bright pink. It is a bright kind of mauve-y version of a Barbie pink. And it's a little more on the matte side when you're looking at it, which I think is really interesting. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, actually, because you guys know that I will buy things at random. But it really is a nice bright pink, and it really does come off as, kind of a classic flamingo pink, a little bit of a deeper version of flamingo pink, but still very pretty. So if you haven't checked those out, they have the lip glosses as well. I didn't get any of the lip glosses or anything like that. I just wanted to try one and see how they did. Then I want to talk about the new Almay products. This is the Almay Color and Care Liquid Lip Balm. I think I was attracted to these with the idea of the whole liquid lip balm concept, because I thought, ooh, liquid lip balm, is it balmy, is it moisturizing, is it those things? It's a regular doe foot applicator. This color that I have is Apricot Pucker, and the colors were really pretty, and they seem to be very creamy, when you're looking at them in the container. I will tell you that they apply more sheer than that. They do have plenty of color, and I do think you could layer them. Apologize for the noise from the trucks. But they're just a hint more sheer than what they appear, in the tube, but still with plenty of color. They smell really good. They smell like some kind of baked good. And actually the Almay, now that I am thinking about it, the L'Oreal lipsticks, these are the Color Reach lipsticks. These smell pretty good too. They're kind of fruity, but the scent in these I find wears off pretty quickly. So as far as balm properties go, I don't know that these are really going to moisturize your lips. I didn't really experience that. I think it's an added layer of protection in between, your skin and the environment. So I think that just wearing them in general is going to help to keep moisture in. I didn't feel like it was particularly drying at all, but the balm part, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. But the colors are pretty, and they have a lot of variety in the color selection, so if you haven't taken a look at those, I would go take a peek at them. I actually think they're pretty nice. And lastly, and probably the most controversial product I want to talk to you about, is the Maybelline Fit Me blush. And this is part of the fall collection. Now, we know that the Maybelline Fit Me blushes have been slaughtered in the blogger world. Nobody likes them. They weren't very pigmented. I have some. I knew right away to go for the darkest shades that they had because they really aren't that pigmented. There are a lot of things that you can do with them, but if you are buying a blush with the expectation that it is hugely pigmented and that you're only going to need to apply a little bit, you can forget about it with those, because those are blushes that you will have to layer and layer and layer and layer and layer just to even get from a light to medium application of the color. Unless you are very, very, very pale skinned and you buy the deepest, darkest shades. And so when I saw that they had a fall line out, I was like, I really need to find out if they have taken our advice and made any changes or not, because they really were not going over very well. And I do think that they did. I do think they added some pigmentation. So the color I have is Deep Wine, and I went straight for the darkest shade that they had available. My CVS carries them. And, I mean, I just went straight for the darkest shade because I knew that if they didn't listen to the consumers, that the lightest shades weren't going to be, with a collection like I have, they weren't going to be worth me spending my money on. Here's what I'm going to tell you about them. At least this one is better in the pigmentation category than the ones that I had from before. They are still lighter than a lot of blushes. So just be prepared. I mean, 2 or 3 rubs across and here's what I get. Now that is nice, right? But, you know, the transfer of it is not as great. It's right here. So it doesn't apply as well as you swatch it. Which means that with a brush it's not going to go on as dark. But you can see that I can definitely build up a little bit of color with this now. You couldn't really do that with the ones before. So I do think that they have listened. I do think they added some additional pigmentation. Now again, I don't have any of the lighter shades. I can't speak for those. But if you go with the darkest shades, you've got something you can work with. They are still lighter. I do think that they are still targeting these for young girls, and so they still are not putting a ton of pigmentation in them. But at the same time, I do think they sort of hurt us and they added a little extra color to them. So it's worth going and taking another look, and it's worth giving it another shot. I would say, you know, if you only have $5 to spend and it's your last $5 and you want to buy, you know, spend it on a blush, and you're looking at these, then buy it from someplace where you know you can do a return if you need to, because again, it may not be what you're looking for in regards to pigmentation, but there's a lot that I can do with this. And I do really like this color, and so I would recommend the Deep Wine to anyone. I do really like it, especially for fall. Okay, so that's all I have for you this week, and if you have any questions about any of that, then obviously, as always, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up and all that good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I want to know what your favorite fall products that you've seen are. And if you have any recommendations for me, I would love to hear it. And I will see you next time. Bye.